Hello, grade 7 students. Welcome back to our MAPE class. For today's lesson, we will discuss Health 7 Quarter 1 Module 3, Changes that Happen to Adolescents. I am your teacher in MAPE, Miss Divine Grace T. Alipala. In this lesson, you will describe changes in different aspects of growth that happen to boys and girls during adolescence. Also, you will recognize that changes in different dimensions are normal during adolescence. Let us start the lesson. Have you noticed that there are changes happening to you? Like increase in height, acne problem, mood swings, or high level of boredom? Are these changes necessary as you grow? Are these changes normal? As an adolescent, you experience changes. In your everyday task, you might encounter these changes, which are normal as you grow older. Understanding of this concept will help you cope in your daily task. The big question is, why are you experiencing these significant changes? You have to undergo these changes because of what we call human development. Human development is a lifelong process of physical, mental, emotional, social, moral, spiritual, and environmental growth and change. In the early stages of life, from babyhood to childhood to adolescence, and adolescence to adulthood, great changes take place. Throughout the process, each person develops attitudes and values that guide choices, relationships, and understanding. You are experiencing significant changes in yourself because you are now in another stage of life, called adolescence. Adolescence starts with puberty. Puberty is the time you start to become sexually mature. It usually starts between the ages of 9 and 16 and usually ends between the ages of 18 and 22. However, this is not true for everybody. Some adolescents experience puberty either ahead or later than others. Some have their growth spurt earlier and some later. Others may experience having pimples, while others may not. The age when you experience puberty is influenced by heredity, nutrition, exercise, and other environmental factors. As you grow up, being healthy is not only your concern, but also the changes that may occur in adolescent development. Adolescence comes with a fair share of changes. These transformations can be physical, mental, emotional, social, and moral spiritual. All adolescents undergo similar changes as they grow and develop. However, there are differences in the way these changes happen to an adolescent. Hence, change is similar and at the same time unique for each adolescent. So let us explore and understand more of the significant changes in adolescent development. Physical changes. Physical changes are the result of hormonal changes as the teenager's body is transformed from child to adult. As the body changes, sex characteristics of adolescents are also being developed. These are the primary sex characteristics and secondary sex characteristics. Primary sex characteristics are changes directly related to sexual reproduction. On the other hand, secondary sex characteristics include every change that does not have direct relation to sexual reproduction. The changes that adolescents are experiencing that are directly related to sexual reproduction are as follows. Reproductive organs of both boys and girls grow and develop. Boys experience their first release of seminal fluid or ejaculation from the penis. Girls experience menarche or the onset of menstruation. This signals the possibility of fertility among women. Changes in secondary sex characteristics. For boys, voice becomes deeper. Adam's apple becomes bigger. Shoulder becomes wider than the hips. Hair grows on the face and body. Skin on the upper arms and thighs become rough. Among girls, they experience physical changes such as enlargements of breasts. Hips become wider than the shoulders. These are the changes that happen to both boys and girls. Rapid increase in height and weight. Head, hands, and feet grow faster first than the arms and legs. Muscles develop rapidly. Hair grows on underarms and genital area. Sweat and oil glands become more active. Mental changes. Studies have shown that the brain makes significant changes as a child grows through puberty into adulthood. As a child becomes teen, he or she is more able to think abstractly, and more importantly, more able to empathize with others. Adolescents experience rapid mental development, experiencing intellectual changes in how they think. The mental changes in adolescents are the following. They become egocentric. This means caring too much about yourself and not about other people. They argue to convince, exhibit independence and critical thought. They prefer active and cooperative learning activities over passive learning experiences. They enjoy learning skills to apply to real-life problems and situations. They have a tendency to become bored with routine activities. They need to be challenged. They are capable of thinking critically, helping them understand issues and concerns about their development. They think less of themselves and allows them to think and reason out better. They have the abilities to control and coordinate their thoughts with their actions and deeds. They focus attention on what they want to listen to. They can also focus their attention on two or more things at the same time. Emotional changes. Adolescents experience emotional changes as in their moody state. Generally, teenagers are better decision makers and more focused than they were as children. However, because of hormonal changes, they often have mood swings or change in temperament. Therefore, the way teenagers think is greatly affected by their emotions. Emotional changes in adolescents are the following. Erratic emotions and behavior such as mood swings are mostly experienced and felt. Remember that emotions that are frightening and poorly understood, often triggered by hormonal imbalance, may cause regression and more childish behavior patterns. As part of being moody and restless, adolescents are introspective and often feel self-conscious, alienated, and lack of self-esteem. Girls become self-conscious because of the changes that are happening to them, giving them a feeling of insecurity and discomfort. They are easily offended and sensitive to criticism, vulnerable to one-sided arguments and criticism. They exaggerate simple occurrences and believe that personal issues are unique to themselves. They believe that nobody understands them, striving for a sense of individual uniqueness and search for their identity. Due to that, they are being optimistic and hopeful, searching for adult identity and acceptance. They are more emotional and makes them open to being hurt or in danger. Boys are also sexually active. Thus, they are prone to participate at risk behavior due to the sudden increase in the manufacture of hormones. Social changes. Social changes that happen during adolescence are closely related with emotional changes. Adolescents experience social changes in relationships with others. Personal social concerns dominate, while academics become secondary. Adolescents are becoming more mature and less like a child. The social changes in adolescents are the following. They act out unusual or drastic. At times, they may be aggressive, daring, boisterous, and argumentative. They are being rebellious toward parents but still strongly depend on parental values. They have negative interactions with peers, parents, and teachers. They may compromise ideals and commitments. They distrust relationships with others, who show lack of sensitivity to adolescent needs. They enjoy being with friends who share the same interests with them, so they stay longer with them after school. They are confused and frightened by new school settings that are large and impersonal. They idolize peers and measure role personalities as sources for standards of behavior, dress, and style. Moral spiritual changes. Moral spiritual changes come along with mental, social, and emotional health. Adolescents on this stage analyze themselves and find out who they are. They explore moral and ethical issues. The moral spiritual changes are the following. They explore and ask broad and answerable questions about the meaning of life. They are reflective, introspective, and analytical about their thoughts and feelings. They depend on influences of home and religious institutions for moral and ethical choices and behaviors. They analyze strengths and weaknesses to understand and accept themselves better. They learn house rules imposed by parents to promote order and harmony. They distinguish between rules that are negotiable and that are non-negotiable. Remember, the changes that happen during puberty are normal to adolescents. You have to know and understand these changes so that they will not surprise nor scare you. They are normal part of your growth and development as a person. What is important is for you to learn how to cope with them in appropriate ways. You will learn that your wonderful body has built-in mechanisms that help you grow and develop as an individual. You just have to recognize and use them well. In my class, we do our best to support one another as we learn together. So if you have questions or clarifications about our lesson, you can send me a message through my Gmail account, divine.alipala@deped.gov.ph, or through my Facebook and Messenger account, DG Alipala. That's all for today. Thank you for watching and see you on our next class. Goodbye!